Anirudh, sir? Yes. Sir, your microphone is mute.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, sir. You
Okay.
can start.
Okay. I'll just share my screen.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm doing it, sir.
Yeah, can the audience see my video?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. So my video is visible, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Right. So good morning to everyone on this call. I'm really happy and amazed to be here on this call for two important reasons. The first one is that this is the first time I'm actually talking to so many people after the lockdown began. So thank you for being on this call with me. It's amazing to be with fellow humans right now. And number two is यार देखो बम्बईया हिंदी बात करने का मौका मुझे बहुत महीनों बाद मिला है. I've been in US for 10 months now and nobody speaks Hindi here. बड़े boring लोग हैं. So it's and बड़ी कठिनाइयों से मैं जूझ रहा हूँ because I don't have anyone to speak Hindi with. So this presentation will be a mix of Hindi and English only because आपसे बेहतर captive audience मुझे एक घंटे के लिए कहीं और नहीं मिलेगा. So the topic of this call is product management. It's an untold story about the coolest job of the 21st century. It's an untold story because it's a story that you will not find on Wikipedia or Google because it's my story and I'm not famous as of yet. So it's a story that nobody knows about and you will know about it in about like half an hour's time. What we're going to do today is we're going to talk about introduction to the world of products. What is product management and how can you get into product management? I'm going to, so this is where we start off with our session. Before I start off with this session, I know I've attended Zoom calls in college for the past 3 months. And I realized that a Zoom call or a Microsoft Teams call gets boring after a while. And people start messaging each other on chat. The lecturer is very boring and kya bakwas kar raha hai. But I'm going to make the session really interesting. So I'm sure you won't get a chance to do that. And even if you all do, please make sure that the messages you'll send to each other are private because you don't want a message like that to go out in public. Please. All right. So everyone is on the same page. We're going to have fun. So a bit of introduction about me. If you go to my LinkedIn profile, you will get everything about me. You'll get what branch I studied at Saket, which college I am currently. But I'm going to tell you something that is not there on LinkedIn, which is the fact that my favorite food is pani puri. I love pani puri. I think it is the best product that there is. So if you'll go to a product management interview and anybody asks you which is the best product, just say pani puri. I think it's a perfect metaphor to life. A pani puri is full of water. If you have it a bit late, it gets soggy. If you have it a bit early, it breaks and there is water all over your clothes. It's exactly like life. It's about living in the moment. And also my favorite superhero is Spider-Man because it's a great quote in that movie that goes with great powers comes great responsibility. But I believe that my life has been an inversion of that superhero cliche. Like I've taken up great responsibilities and those responsibilities have led me to great power. And you will see what I mean by it when I tell you my untold story that I mentioned in the presentation. So we're going to start off with this meme. What a lot of people don't know is when I was at Saket and I sat for the campus placement, I got picked up by TCS. And that was one of the happiest days of my life because finally like Tata ka namak khane wala hu. But that excitement was really short-lived because I realized that TCS was going to put me in a programming division. I think it was C++ or C sharp is what they wanted me to program on, and that would be my division. But that is something that I did not want to do. I did not want to I did not want to do that, which is why I applied to Reliance Jio. This was in 2016. So Reliance Jio was just starting out, and I wanted to get into HR. I know it really sounds strange for an engineer to get into HR, but I love talking to people. I love communicating with them. I love knowing their own story. So I felt that HR was a perfect fit for me, and Reliance Jio was giving that opportunity. So I left TCS and I went to Reliance Jio, which can be exemplified by this meme. And when I went to Reliance Jio and I got selected, and on my first day at work, they told me that the HR team did not have a vacancy then, because somebody was supposed to leave and then they had some problems. So the person would take around 1 month of time to leave from that spot, and then I would come in their place. So they told me for 1 month, you go into the product management team. They need someone to work on a 1 month basis. And once you're done, then you can come back to your HR team. And that was the first time I got into something called as product management. I did not know what that really is. And this was one of the quotes on the wall of the product management office. And it said that any fool can make something complex, but it takes a genius to make something simple. And after that 1 month, I fell in love with product management so much. And I hope that by the end of the webinar, you too would fall in love with product management. But मुझे इतना प्यार हो गया था product management से that I called the Jio HR team and I told them that I will not be able to join the HR team right now because I want to do product management. And it was your fault that you let me into product management to discover something so amazing. And I will not let go of this opportunity. So then this was the Reliance Jio HR's face. This is how they looked at me, because I came into Reliance Jio to work in the HR division, but I ended up working for product management. So we go into product management, and what exactly is product management? This is the first section of the webinar. What exactly is product management? So at the end of the day, any business or any organization is an interconnected web of networks. It's an interconnected web in the sense that there are dependencies of one team with the other team in such a complex manner that if every one of those connections are not met, the work will not be done. It's almost like a Spider-Man's web. Like there are connections everywhere and anywhere. Now, your job as a product manager, or the function of a product management, is a process to follow the KISS strategy, the KISS strategy, which is keep it super simple. And that is what product management actually is. So there are many definitions on the internet. Wikipedia defines product management as a way to organize the planning, production, marketing, and the other tasks related to the creation and distribution of a product. But if you ask me in a word, in one nutshell, if you want me to define product management, I would say the product management is actually creating value to the customer. So at the end of the day, after all the simplification, after all the development, after all the coding, तुम जितने भी बार check कर लो, bugs को निकाल दो, if that product is not generating value to your customers, then the product management process has failed. So at the end of the day, product management is nothing else but leveraging value to your customers. And one of the main important distinctions that I learned pretty late into my career at Reliance Jio is the fact that product managers and project managers are two very different things. A lot of people incorrectly use them interchangeably. So they call a product manager a project manager, and they call a project manager a product manager. But ऐसा नहीं है. They both have very distinct functions, and they both need to function in tandem to get the work done. So a product manager drives the development of the products, whereas a project manager will oversee the execution of plans that have already been approved. And this is what I mean by it. So a product manager's role is like, it is strategic in nature. They are almost like the CEO of the product itself, because they take every decision related to the product at hand. Like some of the functions that I've just mentioned in the slide are talking to users to gather requirements, identifying problems and opportunities, creating a roadmap, and defining features. Now, all these features are directly related to the product per se. So product manager can be, मतलब वो product की mom है. she's like the mom of the product. She takes care of the product from start to the end. On the other hand, a project manager takes care of the tactical nature of the business. So dealing mainly with the execution and completion of the projects. So the moment a project is decided or a project contract is signed, it is the project manager's responsibility to actually make sure that that project is completed. And in that project, there are multiple products which are owned and decided and run by different product managers. So a project manager will run a project and will take care of all the economical and the financial and the statistical part of a project, whereas a product manager will take care of the day-to-day functions and the day-to-day functionalities of a product per se. So this is the basic difference, but I mean, the easiest way that I can explain to the audience what a product manager does and what a project manager does is basically Captain America. Captain America is a project manager because he's the head of Avengers. He takes care of all the adventures and all the misadventures that Avengers go through. And he's the one who ultimately at the end of the movie screams, "Avengers assemble," because he's the leader. The project manager is the leader. On the other hand, even though a project manager is the leader of the company, the real stud is the product manager, which is Iron Man. Look, you can debate it till the end of the day, but Iron Man is the person who actually runs the Avengers. He's the cool person in the team. He's got the swag. He's thug life. And he's the one who actually runs the entire operation. So product manager is Iron Man and a project manager is Captain America. This is the easiest differentiation between these two functions that I can probably provide you. Also, and other metaphor for this is if agar product nahi chala, to ant mein Iron Man ki maut hoti hai. So if you know what I'm saying, that if your product does not work, the project managers go scot-free, but it is the product managers who are like not literally killed, but they have to spend a lot of time in office to make sure that the product works. Also in Avengers, it was Iron Man who died, right? Captain America had a very happy ending. So you can also think about it in that way. This is a product life cycle. Now, so I've spoken about what product management is. I've also spoken about how you can differentiate between product management and project management, how one of them is Captain America and the other one is Iron Man. Moving into the zone of what an actual product is and what does it mean by a product life cycle. So we as humans have a biological age cycle. We are born as babies. We then become children, teenagers, youth. We grow up, we get married, and we retire, and then we die. So that is our biological age cycle. A product life cycle is also a similar process. There is an introduction, there is a growth period, there is a maturity, and there is a decline. And each company that you know about, each company that you read about, that each company that is there on the stock market today falls into one of these four sectors. So there are some companies that are just starting out, some companies that are in the growth process, some companies that are maturing, and some companies that are declining. The importance of product lifecycle is that if you are a product manager in a company that is in the introduction phase, as compared to being a product manager in the maturity phase, your responsibilities and your key performance indicators, which are the KPIs, they change rapidly. So just because you're a product manager does not mean that all product managers have the same amount of work or have the same amount of responsibilities. Responsibilities vary from company to company, and beyond that, they also vary according to where the company is on this product life cycle. So let me tell you what I'm trying to explain is that, for example, in the introduction phase, as of now, there is a company called as CureFit. Some of you all may have heard of it. CureFit is a fitness startup which is headquartered in Bangalore. They are touted to be one of the most exciting startups of 2020. They recently signed Hrithik Roshan and Tiger Shroff as their brand ambassadors, but they're still in the introduction phase. They've got initial rounds of funding, but they are still yet to make it big in the IPO market, if I can put it that way. So they're still in the introduction phase. So if you are a product manager at CureFit, you would have a completely different job profile as compared to if you are a product manager at, say, a company in the growth phase, which is TikTok. Now, I know, okay, मुझे पता है that TikTok has faced a lot of negative publicity lately, and we're supposed to uninstall TikTok also. So I have uninstalled TikTok. Please make sure that you do too. But the reason why I'm speaking of TikTok right now is because TikTok, yeah, will be the largest video aggregator in the world by 2022. It has also been forecasted that TikTok would be overtaking Instagram, Snapchat, Facebook by 2021. So TikTok is like it's on fire. And it's a company that is in the growth phase. It was in the introduction phase for a large part of the last decade, but in the last 2 to 3 years, it has like completely caught on fire, and it's complete. It's almost like it's like an unstoppable train. I don't think you can actually stop TikTok. It's going to be something really huge, and it's in the growth phase. So if you're a product manager at TikTok, which is in the growth phase, you would have a different set of functions as compared to if you're a product manager at CureFit, which is again different if you're a product manager in a maturity phase at Amazon. Now, Amazon is the de facto superstar. Matlab, Amazon is like Amitabh Bachchan of all companies. It's a company that has been in the maturity phase for a long time, and I don't see it moving anywhere else. I'm pretty sure that Amazon is the world's most valuable company as of now. Jeff Bezos, I think, is the first trillionaire in the world, if I'm not wrong, and it's the most valuable company also because Amazon is at war with everyone. So they are in every domain, every industry, and they have really penetrated every market. So I don't think there is a better example of a company that is in the maturity phase and at the highest point of that curve as compared to Amazon. And then in the decline phase, you have a company called Orkut. Some of you may have profiles on Orkut or may have had profiles on Orkut. I am one of the latter group. I did have a profile on Orkut. I think it was 2007 or 2008. And then I promptly uninstalled it after Facebook came up. So Orkut is an example of a company that was really on fire in 2005 and 2006 because this was the first time that people were actually using social media. But then its decline was as rapid as its ascent. And now I don't think anybody has an Orkut profile. अगर आपके पास Orkut profile है, तो I think you should really rethink your life choices. But yeah, I mean, all jokes apart, I don't think anybody is on Orkut now. So these four companies are the exemplification of the four phases that I spoke about: CureFit, TikTok, Amazon, and Orkut. They represent different stages of a company hierarchy. And if you're a product manager in any one of these four companies, I guarantee you that your job profile will be different than the product manager at any three of these companies. So the point I'm trying to make here is that a product manager, it does not have a black and white role. The role really depends on the company you're in and in what part of the curve the company is. What a product manager does, that I will explain to you further on in this session, but this is the general gist of what product management actually is. We now move on to the second part of this session. See, I told you this session will be interesting. We've got done with session 1 and nobody has made their chats public, which is a good thing because you are a smart audience. So we're done with session 1. We spoke about what product management is, what project management is, how they are different from each other. One is Captain America, one is Iron Man. I'm a huge Iron Man fan. And we also spoke about what the product life cycle is and how companies are scattered along this curve. We now move on into, we now move in one step into the world of product management. And this is where it gets really interesting because you're talking about the waterfall model. I know it's summer in India and everybody wants to bathe and have fun below the waterfall. If only this lockdown could end. But in the product management world, a waterfall model is basically this. It's a breakdown of project activities into linear sequential phases, where each phase depends on the deliverables of the previous one and corresponds to a specialization of tasks. So the 5 main phases of a product management or waterfall model in product management is requirements, design, implementation, verification, and maintenance. So you have a lot of requirements which are taken from the user, and they are then designed accordingly to what the functionality is. And then you have the implementation, and then the verification, and then the maintenance. Now, one thing that you have to really understand about a waterfall model, that it's a one-way model. Just in Mumbai, there are one-way streets, right? So waterfall model is a one-way model. You cannot come back. So if you reach the implementation stage, you cannot come back to the design stage to change anything. It's you after the implementation stage, you can only go next to the verification stage. You cannot come back. And this has huge disadvantages, as you will see further. But the most defining aspect of a waterfall model is the fact that once you've taken a step into the next stage of the process, there is no way you're going to come back. It has to be a one-way process. It's a one-way street. The police will fine you if you take a U-turn, almost like that. So this is a waterfall model. And this is where my untold story begins. After I graduated from Saket, I had a fair amount of free time with me because I was interviewing for Reliance Jio that time. And I came across this company called as the Roti Bank of India. So Roti Bank of India is, I mean, it's not a company, it's an NGO. It's a food bridge program. So what it does is basically collects excess rotis from houses. It actually collects excess rotis from houses and distributes them to low income people. Roti is basically, roti paratha naan. वैसे बहुत दिन हो गए मुझे रोटी खा के मुंह में पानी आ रहा है but okay. So a roti bank is basically what it does. It collects excess rotis from houses and it distributes them to low income people. Right. So it's basically like a food bridge program to reduce food wastage. So if you have excess rotis at home and you're going to waste those rotis, instead of wasting those rotis, you can give those rotis to the Roti Bank of India, who will then go and distribute it to the people who are helpless people or hungry people or poor people. Now, I decided to volunteer as the community representative because I was like, ये resume में अच्छा लगेगा. So I volunteered as the community representative of the Roti Bank of India, and it was my job to collect 360 rotis from 180 houses in my apartment in 2 hours. Now, I'll tell you why it is only 2 hours, because the Roti Bank of India used to come with a van, right? So this is the van that they used to come with at 11 o'clock in the morning. So at 11 o'clock in the morning, I had to hand over my rotis to them so that they could go ahead and distribute it to the people to whom they were distributing it. Now, my roti collection process was from 9 to 11. 9 in the morning to 11 in the 9 in the morning to 11 in the morning, and that is what I did, because I was like, if I go at 8:30 or 8 o'clock, it might be too early for people, or wo mujhe maar denge. So I was like, I should go between 9 and 11. 2 hours would be a good enough window for me. So I had 2 other volunteers who were in the housekeeping staff of my apartment, and all 3 of us, 2 of them are shown in the pic. So all 3 of them used to go to houses, to 180 houses to collect rotis. We used to collect 2 rotis per house on an average. Now, I thought that collecting these rotis would be a very easy thing. मतलब इसमें तो कुछ भी नहीं है. मतलब this is so easy, ठीक है? But I could not be more wrong. So where I was wrong was the fact that. It was so difficult to collect these rotis because number one is there are 180 houses, which is a huge number if you don't know. Number two is if you go to every house, even if you split the houses between the 3 of us, each person has to cover 60 houses. So we have to go to every house, knock on every door, collect the rotis, pack them up, and then supply them to the van. All this in 2 hours. And as you saw the next slide already, I failed. And this was me after collecting the rotis on the first day, and I knew that yaar ye nahi hone wala mere se, because this was a very tough process and I could not collect rotis, and we had to shut down the Roti Bank of India project because mere se ye nahi ho raha tha. I could not go to every house and collect rotis. It was not possible in 2 hours. It is humanly not possible. And also, अगर तुमने किसी के घर के बाहर घंटी 2 बार बजा दिया, तो they will come and shout at you and they won't give you roti. So it was a very acrimonious process. And in engineering, I got a KT in analog electronics 1. I think it was in semester 3, and I performed so badly then that I could not even apply for evaluation. Like I was like really bad. And now I got a KT in the Roti Bank project. But unfortunately, unlike in Saket and Mumbai University and other colleges, there is no revaluation or re-exam in life. If you fail, you fail. And here, मेरी ego पे आ गया because what a lot of people might not be knowing is that humble brag, but I graduated with a silver medal in engineering. I was a silver medalist in my year, and that was because I could mug up solutions from KT to AT and easy solutions. But even then, I thought that I was an engineer and I have a silver medal with me, and this roti thing is something that I should do, right? मतलब कुछ भी नहीं है ये तो. But unfortunately, my ego was badly bruised, and I was like, मेरे साथ मेरे life में कुछ नहीं होगा, because यार ये रोटी का काम नहीं हो रहा है मेरे से, बड़े बड़े काम क्या होंगे. So that was a heart wrenching moment for me, where I failed in the Roti Bank of India project, and we had to shut down the entire project because we could not come up with a way to collect 180 rotis from to collect 360 rotis from 180 houses in 2 hours. But life is an amazing journey, and life always gives you second chances. And this was my second chance. This was, I think, my first day at Reliance Jio. As said earlier, I had bid adieu to TCS. I could not take up their offer, and I joined Reliance Jio. And joining Reliance Jio was the best decision of my life, because I learned there the first time what product management actually is. As a product manager at Reliance Jio, and this is where things get really interesting, because you will know what a product manager works as. As a product manager, I was working on the team that was responsible for the all India deployment of Jio Fiber. Now, Jio Fiber, as you all know, it was this ambitious Reliance Jio project, where they were installing high-speed Wi-Fi's in buildings. I think Vashi was completely covered with Jio Fibers, if I'm not wrong. At least it was covered when I was in Jio. Now they might have changed it. I am not responsible. Please do not call me. But when I was in Jio, they had covered the entire Vashi with Jio Fibers, and they were getting Wi-Fi speeds up to like 100 Mbps, which was amazing, because my Wi-Fi speed was 10 Mbps. It was a 10 into 10 increase, which was, so it was, they completely disrupted the Indian market, and I was working on that team. On August 12th, 2009, there was a surgical strike on my team, because our boss, Mr. Mukesh Ambani, had a general body meeting where he declared that on 5th September 2019, which was like 1 week away, Jio would finally launch the Jio Fiber. And that was a surgical strike on my team, because we had just 28 days to get the work done. 28 days to complete the testing, the quality check, and subsequent release of Jio Fiber. It was like, obviously Mukesh Ambani will not ask us, right, for our opinion. He's like the leader of the world. Like, he'll go out and give these statements, and we are the ones who has to make sure that the prestige of the company and the prestige of his words stand. So whatever he says, we have to do. और सबको पता है मुकेश अंबानी ने एक बार कमिटमेंट कर दी तो वो अपनी भी नहीं सुनता. So we had no option or opportunity to voice any concern, but we had to get the Jio Fiber done in 28 days. And this was where we struck a gold mine. Now, the solution to make the Jio Fiber launch successful was in the hands of the coolest captain India has seen in decades, Mr. Mahendra Singh Dhoni. Look, I am a huge Dhoni fan. You can say what you want about him, but for me, he's like the perfect embodiment of a human being. And the reason why it was very important for me to have this MS Dhoni slide in this presentation was because the way we approached the Jio Fiber problem is exactly similar to the way Mahendra Singh Dhoni bats. Now, for all the boys out there, and also for girls who are really interested in cricket, if you have observed Mahendra Singh Dhoni batting, he will start off really slowly. Like, he'll take those singles, he'll nudge one to the off, nudge one to the on, take a single, make ones into twos and twos into threes, and he takes the game really, really deep. Like, if in almost any MS Dhoni match, you can be rest assured that if Mahi is batting, the match will go into the last over, because that's how he plays his game. He trusts his strength to make big in the last overs and to completely transfer the pressure to the opposition. This is how Mahendra Singh Dhoni bats. He starts off slowly and then launches into probably the greatest hits I've seen in a long, long time. Now, why is this important in the geofiber? Now, before you all write in the chat, why is he talking about cricket in a product management presentation? I'll tell you why. It's because in product management, there is something called as the agile approach. Now, the first approach that you all saw was the waterfall model. If you'll remember, it was 3 slides ago. I hope you'll remember. Please, I hope यहाँ पे कोई गजनी नहीं है. 3 slides ago, I spoke about the waterfall model, which was like a sequential process. And the main disadvantage of the waterfall model is that you cannot come back in the chain. If you go into one step, you have to go to the next step. You cannot come back. But then the savior flies in with a flying cape to save the day, which is the agile approach. The agile is an iterative approach to project and product management that helps team deliver value to their customers with fewer headaches. Now, in very simple words, what is agile? Agile means it's a set of steps in which you can come back. It's not defined. It's not a one-way road. It's a two-way road, and you can take the approach that helps you solve the problem. Now, this is what the agile chart looks like. There is a build, there is a define, there is a release and a repeat. So you define your problem, you build it, you release it, and you repeat. Now, if you look at it, it looks like a Hot Wheels track. It looks like a Hot Wheels track because from define, you can go to build, and from build, it is not compulsory for you to go to release. From build, you can go back to define if something is wrong, then come back to build, and then go back to release. So that's the reason why the logo of Agile is structured in such a way to show you that all the steps in an Agile process are interconnected and you are not kind of programmed or instructed or ordered to follow a particular process, which was the case with the waterfall model. Now, the waterfall model, instead of betting everything on a big bang launch, so like Mahendra Singh Dhoni, instead of coming out and smashing sixes and hitting balls in the air and getting out, you start off slowly, but with consumable increments. You start off slowly, get those singles, and then convert those singles to doubles and threes. Now, requirements, plans, and results are evaluated continuously so that they can respond to any change, which is what Mahendra Singh Dhoni does while he's batting. If the run rate is 8 per over, he makes sure that there's at least one boundary in the over. But if the run rate is 3 per over, he doesn't take that risk. He just takes those singles. This is why I love comparing an agile model to Mahendra Singh Dhoni's batting style, and I have not lost it, guys. That is why wo ye presentation mein hai. Now, talking of the agile approach, there are 3 main principles of an agile model, and they are Parampara, Pratishtha, or Anushasan. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I could not resist cracking this joke. I know it's a very poor joke, but yaar, dekho, it's only so much that somebody can control. Okay, I mean, this joke had to be cracked at this moment, and even though it was a poor joke, I'm pretty sure you'll give me some brownie points because there is Pratishtha is there, which is the Sakek Fest. I'm always Dil Se Sakek, so please give me some brownie points because I mentioned Pratishtha in the slide. But no, the 3 main agile principles are this: there are individuals and interactions over processes and tools, working software over comprehensive documentation, responding to a change over following a plan. Now, these sentences look like big words and they are kind of overwhelming. Yeah, but अगर हिंदी में बात करो ना तो सब simple होता है. So what it means is individuals and interactions over processes and tools. So जब हम लोगों से बात करते हैं in an office, yeah, we speak to somebody from the other team, those interactions are given much more priority than just following processes that have been run from the start but may not be effective now. That's what the first thing means. Second thing is there is a huge emphasis on working software. So if your software is working, that is 10 times or probably 100 times better than having a software that is not working but having complete documentation. So for me, documentation and writing paperwork is probably the bottleneck that kind of slows down a huge machine or a huge project or a huge function. And this is what the agile principle has really made note of. So even if you don't have adequate documentation of what you're doing, that is okay. प्लीज एम्फसाइज ऑन वर्किंग सॉफ्टवेयर. जितना काम हुआ है वो दिखाओ. काम के बारे में लिखना जरूरी नहीं है, तुम बाद में भी लिख सकते हो. So that is first. And the third one is responding to a change over following a plan, which is as simple as it sounds. So if you have a plan where the richest man in India, who has the power to fire you from your job, has gone on camera and told that the Geo Giga Fiber will be launched in 28 days, then you cannot tell him that 28 days में सर नहीं होगा. वो मुकेश अंबानी हमें बोलेगा कि बेटा तुम घर जाओ. So that is not possible. We have to respond to a change. And the change was this. Reliance Jio has always been using a waterfall model that we saw 3 slides ago. Reliance Jio was following a waterfall model in the sense that अगर तुमने कुछ कर दिया या फिर you've gone into say the requirement gathering stage, then they will not allow you to come back. You will have to go forward for the entire process. And that was okay in the oil industry. But when you move into a software domain, like how Reliance Jio was, or when you move into a domain where you have to deliver a huge product in a very, very strict deadline, then waterfall model creates huge problems. And that is why you have to use the agile model. Now, the problem here was that it was the first time Reliance Jio was using an agile model. And we had to follow these 3 principles. I am going over these principles again because if you've understood these principles, then you have understood this entire session that I'm conducting right now. Individuals and interactions, logo se baat karna is much more important than processes and tools. Always remember that. Number 1. Number 2, जितना काम किया है वो दिखाओ. काम के बारे में लिखना अनिवार्य नहीं है. Working software over comprehensive documentation. And number 3, responding to a change. You respond to a change other than following a plan that has been followed for years. Just because something has been going on since years does not make it the right thing. So this is what we did. In Reliance Jio, this was the cycle that we followed. Our functionalities were developed, they were tested, there was a quality check, there was a replica. Replica is basically like a dress rehearsal. Before you make your function live, you have a dress rehearsal within the Jio ecosystem. ताकि अगर कोई bugs है, so you catch it right there, so that the world does not come to know that you screwed up. So you have a dress rehearsal and then you have your final production. So this was the steps that we had to follow to launch the Jio Giga Fiber in 28 days. Now, this was the weekly schedule that we followed. And for all you people who have the question that what exactly does a product manager work? This is the work that he does. On Mondays, I was asking my client for new functionalities. Now, clients are people to whom we would sell those Jio Giga Fibers, who would then in turn go and sell it into the market. So for us, the client was our market. So I used to ask the client ki, तुम्हें जियो गीगा फाइबर में क्या एडिशनल फंक्शनैलिटीज चाहिए, बिकॉज दिस क्लाइंट दे डू अ लॉट ऑफ मार्केट रिसर्च, दे डू डेटा एनालिसिस, दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ सर्वेज दैट दे हैव कंडक्टेड फ्रॉम द ग्राउंड ऑडियंस फ्रॉम एवरी विलेज एंड नूक एंड कॉर्नर ऑफ इंडिया, एंड दे रियली नो व्हाट द people of India want when we give them a Jio Giga Fiber. So the client will tell me some of the functionalities that we can add in the Jio Giga Fiber. So on Mondays is basically like a talk day. The first day of the week is talk. I ask the client ki बताइए आपको Jio Giga Fiber में क्या functionalities चाहिए. Tuesday and Wednesday, me and my team are sitting and developing and testing these new functionalities. Now we have to develop these functionalities because they are new functionalities. अगर पहले से ये चलता आ रहा है, then we don't have to develop it anymore. And we also test these functionalities to make sure that there are no bugs or there are no errors that inadvertently will creep into the process. So Mondays are talk. Tuesdays and Wednesdays are code or keyboard. On Thursdays, we verify the progress with the client. So now this is a very important part of the agile framework. And if you remember, the first principle was interactions and people over processes and tools. So it's very important on Thursday that we call back the same client with whom we spoke on Monday and ask the client कि आपने जो बताया है वो यही है क्या? Are you sure that this is the functionality that you want? Should we go ahead with this? It's very important because if the client says no, we no longer waste time. We can go back to our initial drawing board and get things done. This is why Agile is a superstar, because it allows the clients to come into the process and tell you कि यार ये आपने अच्छा किया है, ये आपने बुरा किया है. अगर आपने अच्छा किया तो तुम आगे बढ़ो, जिंदगी में सुकून पाओ. अगर आपने कुछ बुरा किया है तो you go back to the drawing board and you recraft the process. So Thursdays were all about heartbreaks and joys. It was a joy if the client is like, अरे मैंने exact same चीज बोला था यार, and it's a heartbreak if the client is like, what the hell have you done? So Thursdays were a very emotional day for me. Fridays and Saturdays. Now, if the functionality was approved or if I had a joy on Thursday, then those functionalities would be a quality check. So a quality check is basically like the final check. मतलब the entire company is sure कि भाई functionality तो सही है, तुम एक बार check करो, और जैसे quality check हुआ, put it in replica and production, and the feature or the Geo Gigafiber is live. That was happened on Friday and Saturday. On Sunday, it was a buffer day. Now, when you're working on a 28-day schedule in a deadline that probably 1.3 billion people are waiting with bated breaths, it is 100% possible that your plans go for a toss, which was the agile principle number 3. You respond to a change instead of following a plan. And to respond to a change, you need to have 1 day free, which was a buffer day. So if अगर फ्राइडे का काम फ्राइडे को नहीं हुआ और सैटरडे का काम थोड़ा ज्यादा बढ़ गया तो वो काम हम संडे को करते थे. संडे वाज अ बफर डे, एंड आफ्टर संडे वी गो बैक टू मंडे. सो दिस एंटायर प्रोसेस वाज फॉलोड फॉर 4 weeks, and that is how we delivered the Geo Gigafiber. So as I was saying, there was a huge emphasis on getting the product and software to work. So I am not kidding when I tell you this. I don't remember documenting or writing about Geo Gigafiber anywhere. Like it was all just work. Get the Geo Gigafiber to work. कहानियां तो हम बाद में भी लिख लेंगे. So we were focusing on the product rather than getting the documentation to work. Number 2, we were keeping our clients in the loop 24/7. I remember we used to have phone calls at like 3 in the night or 4 in the night. We were asking the client कि भाई आपको यही चाहिए था ना, और कुछ चाहिए तो बताओ. Every small change we made was shown to them, and we proceeded only if they were content with it. The third part was that I was serving, so as a product manager, my job was to make sure that this weekly schedule was completed end to end. And I was like a technical bridge between various technical teams. So there is one team who's doing the testing, one team who's doing the quality check, one team who's doing the development. So I had to talk to the testing team, the development team, and the quality check team, make sure that all of them are best friends, make sure that all of them know each other very well, and make sure that all of them transfer work from one person to the other person so that the work is done. Now, I had to also have stand-up meetings. So a testing team would have a stand-up meeting. Stand-up meeting, exactly like stand-up comedy, is where you stand up and have a meeting, because there is a affa in the corporate world that if you sit down, you will be lazy. So it's much better to have a stand-up meeting where people are much more energetic. So you have a stand-up meeting where people stand up and talk within teams, and then you have an all-team bi-weekly walkthrough. A walkthrough is basically at the 2 times a week, all the teams will give an update as to what they have done in the week and what is their progress, how much have they achieved, how much are left to achieve. And this was what a product manager does in an agile environment. And this is what I did for 28 days. And finally, we launched the Geo Gigafiber, guys. One of the greatest achievements of my life. But then I realized कि oh bro, hold on, ये agile तो बड़ा ही amazing है यार, and I can apply the same agile system to the Roti Bank. I mean, just because the Roti Bank was a failure and just because it did not produce the requisite results does not mean I cannot try one more time. And this was life giving me a chance of revaluation. यार मैंने analog electronics भी revaluation में clear किया था, Roti Bank क्या चीज है? So I went back to the Roti Bank and we applied the agile technology. So if you don't remember what happened with the Roti Bank, guys, I have a previously on Anirudh's failure with the Roti Bank of India. If you remember, I had to go through 180 houses to collect 360 rotis with 2 other volunteers. And after the first day, I realized that my engineering degree was a joke because it was not helping me to get rotis from the Roti Bank of India. And this was me completely shattered at the end of the first day, and I had failed in the project. But now, with new hope and with Agile as my secret mentor, I applied the agile principles to the Roti Bank project and ensured that 300 people got food to eat every day. But the question is, how did I do this? Similar to keeping all our Geo clients in on the loop, जैसे मैंने उनसे Monday या Thursday को बात किया था, I realized that this Roti Bank of India project can only be successful if the residents of the apartment really want to give rotis. Like मैं उनके साथ जबरदस्ती तो नहीं कर सकता ना, उनकी किचन में घुस के रोटी नहीं ले सकता. So it was imperative to ask for their opinions and suggestions so that our process is much more better for them. Earlier हमने उनसे कुछ पूछा ही नहीं. Like we just started one fine day, Roti Bank, and they were caught off guard. And I don't blame them for it. But this time we asked them for their opinions and suggestions. We had weekly meetings. We had these WhatsApp groups that were formed that were created to brainstorm कि यार अगर रोटी collect करना है तो कैसे collect करेंगे? And the collective team effort of me and my team and the residents was that we actually spent money from the apartment funds to buy a temperature controlled casserole. No, it's like basically a temperature controlled casserole is a fancy way of saying a dabba, which has a temperature controller in it so that you can put the rotis inside it and they remain edible. Because rotis, if they are exposed to harsh conditions, become inedible to eat. और अगर वो रोटी कोई खा नहीं पाया तो हमारे पूरे प्रोजेक्ट का कुछ फायदा ही नहीं है. So we had this temperature control casserole at a prime location and we installed it right at the lobby of the building. So these people, when they were going to office or school at 9 o'clock in the morning, they should just come and just deposit their rotis in the roti bank. So instead of me going to people, I got people to me. And that was the agile approach, isn't it? I mean, you favor interactions over processes and tools. I was interacting with people because they were coming to me. Number two is you respond to a change. We had to change the way we did things. Otherwise, we would encounter the same failure that we did. And number three, the temperature control casserole was an example of a working software that we were showing to people. Instead of writing about the temperature control casserole and writing documentation, we focused on getting the work done. And the work was getting done because people were just depositing their rotis every single day and I didn't have to do any work because the work was getting done in an automated process. And this is why Agile rocks, because Agile automates your entire process, which is not the case with the waterfall model. So earlier we applied the waterfall model. Now the Agile was getting the work done. And finally, every day we collected 180 rotis, which fed 300 people every single day. So it was a success. And this is me, thug life. So earlier I was sleeping in despair. Now I am sleeping in complete confidence. But please remember, sleep is constant. The tools that a product manager uses differs from organization to organization. This is just the tableau of various tools that a product manager uses. At Reliance Jio, we use something called as the ISO rational tool. Every company has their own tool because they want to provide greater privacy to their data. But the ISO rational tool that I used at Reliance Jio was basically a Jio version of Jira, which is one of the most commonly used product management tools. So these are some of the tools. I just thought that it would be fun to get you all acquainted with some of the tools that product managers use. And all of them are pretty simple to use. It's basically, you just use it for 1 week. You just get familiar with the process. And after that, it's a smooth flow.
Sir,
yeah.
Just a quick warning, last 10 minutes, sir.
Okay, perfect. All right, so I have just 10 minutes to go and I think I timed my presentation perfectly because I am into the final section of the presentation, guys. I know काफी जल्दी मैंने 2 सेशन खत्म कर दिए और आपको होपफुली मैसेज करने का मौका नहीं मिला एक दूसरे को. अगर मैसेज किया भी हो तो मत करो यार. Okay, so the final section of the presentation, how can you get into product management? Like people who are in their 4th years or people who are in their 3rd years and they're just freshers starting out in the market, how can you get into product management? So I have a question that was asked to me a maximum number of times. Do you need to know how to code to get into product management? The answer is no. Do you have to understand the code written? Oh yes, because when you're interacting with teams, when I was interacting with the development team at Reliance Jio and they used to show me their code, मुझे नहीं आता था वो कोड कैसे करते. I am okay. I'm an EXTC engineer. I'm not supposed to know how to code. but I knew what that code was doing. I knew what that for loop was doing. I knew what the while loop was doing and what the end result was. So even if you don't know how to code, like me, I don't know how to code, you still have to understand what the code is doing in order to get a product sense of what the developer is trying to tell you. So if you don't know how to code, don't fret, it's okay. But the important thing is you have to understand what the code actually means. Number two, get involved in college and social activities, you guys. Management is a muscle memory. So if you don't keep using it, it will atrophy. Like I was the general coordinator of the Sake committee in my last year during the fest, and that was where I kind of practiced my management skills. So if you have an opportunity to kind of manage an event or a function or a talk, no matter how small, it's not about the scale of the event. It's about you talking to people and managing an event that will get your muscle memory moving. Because if you're suddenly into the corporate world and you're told to manage a product, you will find it difficult if you've not managed anything before that. Also, if you have involved yourself in management skills, you can also write it in your resume, which goes a huge way in the interview. I remember my TCS interview was completely on my plans, what I had for the Sake Fest. Not one technical question was asked to me. It was completely a management-centric interview on the Sake Fest. Read. There are books called Inspired. There's a book called Naked Statistics, Badass, Beautiful Evidence. These books, and there are a plethora of books I've not mentioned here, but these books can really get you started thinking about what a product manager does or what product management is. There is a YouTube channel called as The Product School, which is probably the most fascinating YouTube channel I've watched, and it's probably the best segue into product management. So please watch their videos if you get time. There's also a blog, it's a Medium blog called Product Talk, and there are multiple other blogs that prolific product managers keep writing every single day, so you can check that out. There are also online examinations and courses that can provide knowledge and certify you. One of them is the Certified Product Manager CPM examination. The other one is the Professional Scrum Master. I think all of them cost around 7,000 to 8,000 rupees, and they have a lifetime validity. So if you're certified once, you're kind of certified for the entire life, and you can put that on your resume and you can show it on LinkedIn. You can absolutely do that. There are also many other examinations that are not mentioned here, but please make sure that if you're interested in product management, you have an idea of what these exams actually do. Right, so I am done with my presentation. There cannot be a better ending slide than the picture of the most prolific product manager of all time, Mr. Sundar Pichai. What a lot of people don't know was that he joined Google as a product manager, and look where he is now. So when they say the product managers are actually CEOs of products, they were clearly not kidding, because I think one can only aspire to kind of achieve the career that Sundar Pichai has achieved in the past 5 years. And for me, I think he's probably the most powerful man in the globe, because he literally owns Google, and he started off as a product manager. So if you're in product management, I think your career path is kind of ends at being a CEO. So that is what a product manager does. And if you're inspired by Mr. Sundar Pichai, then I believe that you've already won half the battle. That is my presentation, guys. Thank you so much. I really hope that I did not bore you all. I really hope that not many messages were shared between you people. I had a great time, and you all can always get in touch with me if you have any doubts. I'm opening the floor to questions now if there are any questions. And do not forget to keep washing your hands. Stay safe, and thank you so much for giving me this opportunity. It was an absolute pleasure.
Sir, we have few questions.
Okay.
Dr. Smriti Mathur is asking how product management will be a challenge after Corona phase.
So I think I really don't think the product management will face any challenges, or it will kind of change in the face of Corona, because we've got so used to Zoom calls and Microsoft Team calls that it's really easy to manage people over a product management meeting. So I think everything will continue the same. It's only because some of the jobs will be lost because we're kind of hurtling towards an economic recession. But I think after that, everything will come back to normal. And even if we have to communicate with each other over Zoom calls, I don't see it as any as a hiccup in the product management process.
Okay, sir. And there's one more question, like when every task is urgent, how did you determine what to prioritize?
Right. So yeah, that's a great question. I think the agile technology was used. So when we were working on the Geo Gigafiber launch, we knew that there are some tasks that are important and some tasks that could be done next week. It was an internal call taken by my team. And that's how it happens in every company. It's an internal call taken by the higher ups in a company, and everybody has to follow that. But what the agile methodology does is it gives you a chance to kind of go back and work on a feature that you may not have thought it to be important 2 weeks down the line. So the agile methodology really allows you to do that. But how we decide is basically based on what requirements we have at hand, how much budget we have to get those things done, and how much work is to be done, and how much time is left to get that work done.
Okay, and last question, sir. What if all team members are not good friends? How will you handle them?
Yeah, I really want to know who asked this question, because this is a perfect interview question that that I asked in.
It's an anonymous message, sir.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that person will make a great interviewer. But the point I'm trying to make is it's not possible for everybody on the team to be friends. Okay, this is not a TV serial. There are people you don't like. There are people who you can't stand, but you have to work in the same team as them because yaar ghar chalna chahiye. But the point I'm trying to make is if all of us have a common corporate vision, or have a common vision for the company, and all of us can contribute to that vision, then as a product manager, it's not really hard to manage people who don't like each other. Look, I am not a judge. I am not some. I go to office to work. I don't go to office to foster friendships between people. As long as they can contribute the work that they are doing, I really don't care if they go home and kill each other. So as long as they are contributing work to the office and contributing to the agile process, it's okay if they're not friends.
Okay, sir. I think we have answered all the questions. Now, I would like to just tell one more thing that in the beginning, we didn't introduce because your presentation itself was giving all the introduction about yourself, but still I'd like to talk about you now. Mr. Anirudh Menon is an ex-product manager at Reliance Jio. He's been pursuing masters and is a graduate teaching assistant at Dartmouth University, USA. He's a founding member of Institute of Electronics and Telecommunication Engineering Student Forum at SACEC. He has won many certifications in Lean Six Sigma Green Belt 2019, Advanced Google Analytics, and many more. He was selected for Indian Institute of Technology, Bombay to work on a pyramidal algorithm for big satellite data and improve functionality of GRAM++ for the academic year 2015-2016. So this is how Mr. Anirudh Menon is. And now, sir, I would like to thank you for your wise words on planning, marketing and guiding that you have given us about the product management. And it was really good session, sir.
Thank you so much. And thank you so much for calling me. And I hope I didn't bore people, because that's the last thing that a product manager really wants to do. And I really hope that if your audience wants to become product managers, their dreams come true. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.